Every time I see Dark Gift Comics' logo, I think it says Dark Knigget.
Dark Knigget. Max, there's no explaining how your brain works.
Yeah, I watch too much Monty Python.
Rich, what the
Fall
hell?
down?
You fell. No fault of mine. Check out the view out Rich's window. That looks like a comic book setting, doesn't it? You can almost see Daredevil perched atop that roof.
Pretty much. It almost looks like Hell's Kitchen.
Rich, what floor are you on? Rich.
We're live?
Yeah, we're live. We listen to you fall. We listen to you fall.
I had to put the thing in the oven.
Like fell down, and then we were asking you what floor you're on.
No, it didn't fall down. Jesus Christ.
What floor are you on, Rich?
I'm
hey,
on
Carrie.
The third floor.
Okay. Because the view out your window looks like it could be a scene out of Daredevil. It's like Hell's Kitchen out there.
It is Hell's Kitchen there, my friend. It is hell here, my friend. War is hell.
Well, now Hell's Kitchen is kind of an upscale community now.
It's been gentrified.
Yeah, it got gentrified.
Got gentrified? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it did. It did. So, Rich, what are you up to today, sir?
5'9", and that's it. I can't grow anymore.
What are you working on?
I am formatting turnarounds for Lady Blasphemy.
Yeah,
for,
right on.
Max, and I'm doing a little bit of Photoshop magic so I could spare myself the indignity of having to ink the fucking thing.
Max, what do you got going today?
I'm hanging out with a kid for a little bit and promoting this Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space. We're one backer away from 100.
Oh wow! Nice.
So that'll be good. Yep. We've still got 13 days left to go, so should do quite well.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
Then I got the letterer working on Love and Madness and see if any of those pages come in today, and just basically I'm just kind of in a holding pattern waiting for things to show up.
Well, it brings to mind the symbology that you are the spider at the center of your web, waiting on the little tendrils to shake.
Yep.
But
I work with people all over the world, so my tendrils shake at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 5
right?
o'clock in the morning, noon.
Yeah.
Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, the phone buzzes, and I look at it, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm editing art now.
By the way, Gary Captain Phillips, if you're watching, sporting the Chug-a-Bug mug this morning. What's the closest canal to you, Richard? I mean, Rich.
The River Trent.
The Trends?
Runs through.
Trends and Mercy? Trent. The Trends and Mercy?
No, it's not. Fuck.
You're breaking up.
The River Trent. Let me get.
Oh, the River Trent. Okay, I got you.
Yes, the River Trent.
The Trenton Mersey is a canal that shoots off of that.
It is the third longest river in the UK.
Yeah.
Its sources in Staffordshire. I'm reading off Wikipedia. Southern edge of Biddulph Moor, and it flows through the northern Midlands. It's fuck does it do? Yeah, it permeates all over the damn place. It hits London, it hits Nottingham, Sheffield, I think, a couple other places.
I think there's a couple of places, well, at least one where it runs into the Grand Union.
Oh, I would know.
I've been to France. I saw the Seine, and that is the dirtiest river I've ever seen in my life.
Come down and see the Chattahoochee. There's dead bodies floating in the hooch.
What do you think the Seine's full of? People that couldn't fucking make it when they jumped over the bridge.
I want to go to you know what I want to do? If I go to France, I want to go to the fucking Cave of Skulls.
Yeah.
That
was cool. That Jimi Hendrix, or not Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison's grave was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Took us 3 days to get to the Louvre.
Yeah, I want to go to the Louvre. I would love to go to the Louvre. I would have to get a what do they call those? A mobility scooter, because that place is just too
Yeah.
damn big.
Oh,
I'd never
dude,
make it through there.
it
But
is
I want
way
to go
too big.
there. I want to go to Monet's garden and paint there. You can do that. You can pay to stay nearby at a bread and breakfast and go paint all day in his gardens. I would love to do that. And then the only other thing I'd like to do in France is Stuart Davis is a painter friend. He lives there. I would love to go paint with Stuart.
One of my favorite things to do when I was in France was tell them how great it was that they put lights all over the Eiffel Tower. Man, look how awesome that looks. 'Cause they hate it. They all
They
hate
hate.
it. They just hate it. And I'm like, man, that's awesome looking. Look at all that awesome. Like, oh, it's no good. It's no good. It's no good.
What?
I'm like, yeah.
What
That
happened?
should be you. Oh, they put lights like all over the Eiffel
Oh,
Tower.
lights. Oh, okay.
No
They hate
shit.
it.
They
hate it?
France. The French hate it. Parisians, they do not like it.
Really? That's unusual.
Paris is having a hell of a bad time right now, anyway. So
I wouldn't know. I'm not French.
yeah, me either. My care meter doesn't really
Yeah, didn't go
twitch
that far.
much. You know,
Really worried about it all that much, to be blunt honest with
it's
you.
like the next time somebody annexes your ass, don't come crying to us.
Sacre bleu. Maybe they can get Georges Patroc to help them.
So I've got a page to finish, and I'd like to at least finish the layouts on another page today for a damn dirty thing. But you know, I don't know about you, Rich, as far as the drawing part goes, but you ever been doing a project and you're having so much fun you don't want it to end?
Yep.
Dude, man, I'm having so much fun with this noir. It's like when I get to page 10, I'm going to go, oh no, there's only 6 pages left.
Is the story a one-off?
No, the character that's the star, Jake Bishop, he appears in the second Pariah book. So this is kind of a backstory on him. And I've already decided I want to keep him going.
And that's what you should do then. Instead of the Rampart universe, keep concentrating on that.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Rampart's a side project that I'm going to pay somebody else to do.
Whatever.
I want to, my goals are, once I finish Pariah, I'm going to keep the Jake Bishop universe going. But I wasn't kidding. I'm going to do Operation Mindcrime as a graphic novel.
All right. That sounds awesome.
I'm going to do my dead level best to get Jeff Tate's endorsement.
I was going to say, have you contacted Jeff Tate?
No, I want to have at least 10 pages done to show him and say, look, this is what I can do with Mindcrime, and get his okay on it, get his endorsement, and then that'll if that happens, that would fund for a fucking fortune.
Oh yeah, he owns the whole thing, so
yeah, and then I can afford to pay people to do the Rampart superhero universe. That's the goal.
Cool.
That would be sweet.
Yeah,
I'll help out whatever way you need help, Doc. I got you. If you need help with me,
I don't
know.
If
You need
Jeff
anything
Tate
from me, let me know.
I don't know if Jeff Tate's a comic book fan, but
well,
I'm sure he'll be all right with anything telling a story that he made up.
Yeah, my thoughts on that are a couple of things. One is you know, when they were shooting the videos for Mindcrime, he went out of his way to get the best they could possibly get, and it wasn't all that great. They did the best they could with what they had, but like when they're arresting Nikki and they're going to the squad car, it's a Fox body Mustang 2-door. Okay, that's not a police car. But he was still trying to do good storytelling. And then if you watch Live Crime, there is a short, and I mean like 20-second animated version of Nikki being tied down in the insane asylum and given an injection. So he obviously, and when you watch the stage shows, he obviously likes the storytelling part. So it's just going to be a matter of making contact with him. That's going to be the hardest part. I'm pretty sure I could sell him on
just contact his publicist.
Yeah, I'm his.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm his.
It's funny though, looking at him now with his bald head.
Yeah, yeah. What I do think is funny is, for a long time his voice went away because he was a smoker, but he's brought it all the way back. He's out there singing now just
Oh
like he
yeah.
did back in the day.
Good.
Good
And
for
his
him.
daughter has grown up and sings just like him.
Uh-uh. That's good, I suppose. Is he a good singer?
Another empire.
He has her singing the Sweet Sister Mary parts in the song Sweet Sister Mary, which has got to be a little bit weird, to have your
Yeah,
daughter
so I was
singing the
getting
part
ready
of
to
a hooker
say,
nun.
isn't that a little extreme to have your daughter taking that position?
It's funny to me that a lot of the musicians that we grew up with, their kids are also musicians. Like Paul Stanley's son, Evan, is a musician and he can sing a little, but he didn't get his dad's talent. Nick Simmons, Gene Simmons' son, even taller. Hey, Pops, even taller than Gene, can play bass and sing and had a
That's
band for a
impressive.
little while. And of course, Eddie Van Halen's son, Wolfie,
Mm.
is damn good.
Yeah.
Is he?
Even
Just let me throw this heads
even
up.
Jesse James Dupree's son, Nigel, he's not
Let
bad
me throw
either.
a heads
He's
up
a
up
good
here real
guitarist.
quick, guys.
What's up?
At 1 o'clock, I got Luke Stone. We're going to do a walkthrough of the Fund My Comic website.
Right.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm just letting you know. At 1 o'clock, I'm gonna be going live over there.
Right on.
If you're live, I won't be able to add your.
If I'm live, I'll EFAP you.
I'm just saying, if you're live, I won't be able to add your address.
Right. But if I'm still live, I probably won't be. I don't usually go that long.
3 o'clock, we got a couple of people coming out. Ron Fleming from Fantastic Comic and Aaron Doan from Tilt. He's got like 2 days left, guys, on his campaign. So we're going to cover that one. It is funded, just barely, but we're going to cover his campaign as well. Other than that, how you guys doing today?
we're doing good, man. Carissa wants to come on.
Well,
Tell her
we're
to
just
come on.
as
Sure
long as
will.
everybody understands, I'm trying to schedule this thing again, like give everybody time, not just everybody talking all at once. I want to make sure Carissa gets her time and Ron gets his time and Aaron gets his time, like the way we used to do Monday Madness.
Yeah, like a half-hour segment, isn't that it?
Yeah, but it's like just hard to schedule people to a half hour. So I just tell them come out, but understand we're going to talk about everybody's stuff, not just yours.
All right. Carissa, if you're watching, I sent you the link. Yeah, Mike, I got it. Just life is life, bro. Always busy. But I appreciate the invite as always. Mike on the mic stand over on the YouTube there. Does a show, I believe, every night at 7 o'clock. Get over there and give
I
him
think it's 9 o'clock. That's why I can't ever show up there, because it's always during a time when we got something going on.
If it's 9 o'clock, I'm asleep.
He's invited me a lot of times, and it's like either I'm producing a show or something. I'm like, it's a network, Might talk him into letting us do his show as a middle of the night replay or something at some point.
I completely lost my train of thought.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Pops. Wasn't just you coming in with that. It was I got hit with like 4 messages all at once. This is a phenomenon about this time between 10 and now every day. I get blown up with messages.
You're a popular guy.
But here's the kicker. He gets messages from everybody except the person he wants to get a message from.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know what's weird is I've literally been retired since 2018, and I'm still getting a referral. That's what that last one was, is a referral. Like, I'm retired. I've got a counselor that bought my practice. When someone buys your practice, they buy the physical stuff you've got, the office furniture, whatever, and they buy your patient load from you.
Yeah.
So I sold my practice to a nice young counselor who I believed in, still do, still refer to her. However, comma, I still get damn referrals. It's like I'm not even listed anywhere anymore.
What can I say?
Probably just people that know who you were and was like, hey, this guy's pretty good. You should contact him.
Yeah. Hey, Manicore, good to see you, my friend. We're just hanging out. I'm gonna drop
Yeah.
in the chat. If I know who you are, you can come out. If I don't know who you are, you ain't.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that was
Yes.
absolutely weird. And the other weirdness, again, being retired since 2018, I got an invite to a conference to be a speaker, a presenter, doing one of the CEU classes. I'm retired.
Charge him like charge him like $5,000 or some shit.
Yeah, just charge a
Fucking
appearance fee, get a
Yeah.
hotel room for free, take a little
Yeah.
vacation.
Whatever they-
Now they usually have the conference for our area at a 4-star hotel right on the Savannah River, and it's nice. And they put you up, and the food is amazing and whatever. I've done it before, but pretty sure if I said hell yeah, book it, and then they find out later I'm not credentialed anymore, they'll send me
I'm not
they'll
licensed.
send me a bill.
I'm not licensed, you fools.
I mean, technically, I could still practice. I still have one in perpetuity license or certification, I should say, not license. I could technically still counsel. I don't know. I might. I've thought
That was
about
my
going back.
excuse in the Army was I'm not licensed. 'Cause in
Yeah,
the military,
always.
anything that used an engine, you had to be licensed to use. So they'd be like, "We need someone to mow the grass." I'm like, I'm not licensed. And
Well, I
I kept
told you about
myself
mine.
unlicensed until
kept-
I got my Humvee license.
Yeah, I
And
kept
then they
dodging
gave me
the.
everything.
I kept dodging the EVOC, emergency vehicle operator, for the ambulances in the Navy. And there's 3 tiers. There's the standard, that's just driving an ambulance. The second one is field grade ambulances, the off road ones, and then the third one is the mechanized, the actual armored ones.
Mm.
And I had to. They made me get the first 2. I got caught. It's like, how are you the other girl at a battalion aid station and you don't have this license? And I tried that bullshit, Max. Well, I was making sure all my guys had the opportunity before I went. They're like, yeah, whatever, you're going. Ah, shit.
Well, you always gotta take care of your guys.
Hmm.
Max, I sent you something.
All
But
right.
they made us one of the things we had to do was the slalom course, and they
Sweet.
put a cup of coffee on the dash, and you couldn't spill a drop. So
Oh,
minimum
shit.
of 35 miles an hour through the slalom, and don't spill a drop of that mug. And I just looked at it. I went, the chief sitting next to me, I said, yeah, I hope you brought a spare pair of pants, buddy, because you're about to wear that coffee.
We used to take we had combat driving courses with the Humvees, and that shit was fun
Mhm.
because you're doing donuts and
Yeah.
drifting in like a
J-turns.
30,000 pound Humvee doing
The
drifting in
J-turns.
sand. Yep.
You can do a J-turn in an off-road ambulance, but be prepared to crank it as soon as it yanks around, because it's gonna go dead. Engine dies every time.
Calendar. I'm just listening.
Chill out, dude.
Come
We're
on.
just
Yeah, kids upstairs just screaming. Their mom's trying to sleep.
let them wake her up.
Mhm.
Who do you think's gonna catch shit for that?
I remember there was a game called Don't Wake Daddy.
Yeah.
I can only speculate that was based on some kid's real life, just like mine, because that was the thing on Saturday. Don't wake Daddy.
Oh, shit.
So yesterday, I went and helped move some of my stepdaughter's stuff. And you don't realize how much you need to breathe until you can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. What was it? About 7 months ago, had the chest x-ray post-COVID. There's extensive scar tissue to your lungs. And I thought, I don't really notice it. I still cut grass and, yeah, about that.
Yeah, they did the same thing with me when they did mine. They're like, they got lots of scar tissue in your lungs. Have you had COVID? I'm like, nope. And they're like,
Yeah, you did.
Then where did it come from? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure it most likely came from sleeping 50 meters away from the burn pit for 3 years of my life.
Yep. Yep.
So then as soon as I did that, they had me sign up for this PACT Act stuff, and I'm still going through that.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, man. So anyway, yeah, I mean, just it's like the horsepower is not a problem. I can still lift everything I used to lift. And
Yeah.
man, just carrying a box from one end of the house, through the house, out the garage, and to the truck. It's like, I got to sit on the tailgate for a minute, catch my breath.
You haven't been doing any aerobic exercise.
And then my mother-in-law says, well, you might want to quit smoking. And I went, no, I don't think so. Need to quit moving stuff. That's what I need to quit doing.
Exactly. You quit doing bullshit that you don't want to do. It's like when I got out of the army, or got out of basic training, I started smoking Camel Ultralights, smoked 2 packs of those. Then I smoked Camel Lights, smoked 2 packs of those. Then I smoked Camel Filters and got back to where I was smoking my regular cigarettes, because that's just, it's been part of who I am since I was like 12 years old.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I started when I was 16. And I blame my first wife for it because she smoked, right? We were in high school. And every time we kissed, I tasted cigarettes. So I was like, damn, I miss her. Ooh, there it is. Actually, that's not really true. I just like to blame her for it. The truth is, when we were little kids, my dad would light up a cigarette in the car. This is early 70s. And everybody would roll down their windows. Go, "Ugh." I'd go, ooh, that smells good. I'm doing that.
That's
Yeah,
how
I
I
remember.
felt about weed.
The first time I ever took a drag off of a cigarette, I was a paper boy. I was 12 years old, and my district
Jesus.
manager had come by and said something, and I was like, all right. And he flicked a cigarette out of his truck when he drove away, and it was still lit and had about half a cigarette left. I picked it up and took a drag off of it, and I was like, damn, that is tasty.
Yeah, my dad was a smoker, right? But he had this oddity. He would buy 100s. He smoked Salem Light 100s. He bought 100s, but he only smoked about half of it, and then he put it out. So I scored a whole pack of basically Kings,
Yeah.
and I would sneak off into the woods and smoke them. And I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember getting that. I was sitting at my great grandfather's house, and I was smoking a cigarette, and I got caught.
I was going to
My
ask you who
grandfather.
caught you first.
Yeah, I got caught.
Your
with my
granddad,
grandma.
mine too. My grandfather
Yeah.
caught me.
Mine didn't do anything to me. He threw a pack of Camel Filterless at me because it was my birthday, and he was like, "Don't say I never gave you anything. Now smoke a real cigarette if you're gonna smoke a cigarette." And I was like, "Okay." And I open it up and I take a drag off that cigarette, and it was just a puff and an exhale. There was no real inhale to it all. And then he slaps me in the back of the head, and he's like, "You're wasting it. You inhale, and then you inhale again." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, inhale again. And I start choking, and the next thing I know, I'm all like, got the nicotine buzz, and I'm like, "Hey, this is all right."
Yeah, that first Nick buzz is a trip. I remember I had snuck down to the corner store, and I was waiting on my buddy to come pick me up. I called her from a payphone down there, and I was sitting on the paper box. Look at me dating myself. Payphones, paper boxes. Anyway, I'm sitting there. My grandfather walks out of the store right beside me, and I went, "Oh no!" And mind you, Southern Baptist pastor,
Yeah.
and he looks at me, and he shakes his head remorsefully, and he goes, "Those things will kill you," and he walked away. I would have rather gotten my ass beat than get that look from him.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Did any of you see the interview on the Madness with Sherry Curry?
No,
I went to
From
sleep.
the Runaways, dude.
I know. I
Last
fell
night.
asleep.
Last night on the run, it's in the Madness. You can go watch it. The guys from Steel Token had her at Maryland Horror and Popcon,
Yep.
and had about a 20-minute interview with her. It's awesome, dude. You know, Sherry Curry from the Runaways, dude. Joan Jett, Lita Ford. Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, what's her face? Girl from
emphysema.
no, the girl from Fleetwood Mac.
Stevie.
Stevie Nicks,
Stevie
or the other one?
Nicks. Yeah. Stevie Nicks. She was here in Kansas City doing a concert at Arrowhead and actually went to some local hair salon to get her hair done. Was there for like 3 hours and caused a big traffic jam.
You know, when I lived in Phoenix, back when I was a poor working slob, I used to lay tile. And I was really good at it, so I would get the special jobs like capping pools and stuff like that, right? One time we got sent out to Camelback Mountain to an address up on the mountain to do a pool cap. It was Stevie Nicks' house. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. She has a badass house.
I'm sorry, what? Was that even English?
She has a badass house. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. Well, Carrie,
I went to.
all I can say is you're welcome. And you said you're drawing, so I expect you to come out on the next draw stream.
That's right.
If you're drawing,
So,
you got to draw. You got to show. Show, don't tell.
I've been to Alice Cooper's house in Phoenix.
Yeah. I haven't been to his house, but I hung out with him on more than one occasion because he owns a damn club in Phoenix.
Yep. But I've been to his
Alice
house in
Cooper's
Phoenix, and I remember he had a mummified human finger for a keychain.
Yep.
And that dude is an amazing fucking golfer.
Oh yeah, and see that's what happened with us when I worked at Z-Rock. He was doing a golf thing with another guy from a different station, KUPD. He was going golfing with Dave Pratt. Dave Pratt's mom, him, Charles Barkley, and Alice Cooper were all in a group together. And dude, that was so funny because they were on the radio while they were on the course, and you could hear them all just cracking jokes. Alice Cooper is snap with the comeback, dude. Don't ever try to get one over on dude. He will make you feel stupid. He definitely was giving Charles a hard time about that golf swing, you know, because Alice is a scratch golfer.
Yeah, he's good.
At 75 years old or whatever the hell he is, he's a scratch golfer, dude.
He's got to be older than that now.
No, I think he's about 60.
Stevie Nicks is in her 80s.
Is she?
Yeah,
Pretty fucking old.
I think.
The guy from James Hetfield's in his 60s, right?
Sammy's 72 or 73. Sammy
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's 70. James Hetfield's in his 60s. Easy. Yeah, absolutely.
Rich, you sound like you got a shorted connection.
Oh, sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, but it crackles every time you talk. Not robotic
Yes.
crackling, like a bad connection.
It's popping.
How about this? Better? Ah, all right.
Yeah,
Popping and locking.
switch headphones. Okay, we can't hear you cussing us right now. We just see your mouth moving.
I've hung out with a lot of musicians in my time. I used to promote concerts and stuff like that, so I've been with a lot of musicians that were high-end people. Like I met Trent Reznor when he was doing the Pretty Hate Machine stuff, and then I met him again. I met him again. It was during the Mr. Self-Destruct tour. They were in South Florida at this club in Miami called the Kitchen Club. And he was like, I know you. And I'm like, yep, we met a long time ago, man, about 3-4 years ago. And he's like, yeah, you know where I can get any speed? I'm like, no, I do not.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit.
And I was like, no, I cannot. I'm sorry, I don't. And then, like, the whole night long, man, that guy just kept asking me if I knew where I could get any fucking speed. You want to get some speed? You want to get some dope?
Lord have
No,
mercy.
I don't. I wish I did. I really do, because then you could stop asking me.
I don't know what that means, Kerry. What is a Dalek?
Dalek.
Dollar.
Exterminate.
It's that Doctor Who crap, man. Doctor Who.
Oh,
crap.
I never got into Doctor Who.
Exterminate.
Me neither. And I actually tried. It just didn't work.
It depends which Doctor Who season it is, and which Doctor you got, and which Doctor you like.
Well, I did learn some things about Doctor Who. For example, they went with the police box for the TARDIS because they didn't have the budget for a ship.
Yep.
So that whole mythology about the TARDIS is based on low budget.
Yeah, well, so is the plungers for arms on the Daleks, right? Low budget. That's why I couldn't look. You could have come up with anything that looked just as cheap, but not be plungers, man. Come on. Those go in toys.
One was a plunger and one was a whisk.
Stupidest prop I'd ever seen.
What's going on, Phil?
I liked all the old low budget stuff because they had to be creative with nothing. I mean, like if you look at like Mystery Science Theater 3000, those robots, it's like Tom Servo's a gumball machine with a couple of rope springs and some hands, and Crow
hands
robots
look
just
better
like
than them things on the Daleks. That's my point. Okay, that's the plungers was just stupid. You know what are the
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
the arms of the Dalek robots are plungers.
Okay,
It was the stupidest prop looking thing ever. It was like, what are they, janitors? They go around plunging toilets. What?
So I just know that back in the day when I was young, we had Star Trek, and I loved it. We had Space 1999. I liked that too. We had eventually Battlestar Galactica in the 70s.
Yeah.
But the only kids my age that watched Doctor Who were the ones who could afford cable back when cable was shit, and they would get cable shows that had Doctor Who on there. And they were the snottiest damn kids in school. So it immediately made me not like them.
I watched Doctor Who on PBS.
Yeah.
It was free. PBS.
Star Trek was not a snooze. What's wrong with you? Kerry, how dare you?
Watched it on PBS, Channel 11.
Ours,
I watched
PBS
one of the
channel 8.
My first exposure to Doctor Who was one of the classic, really one of the first season ever episodes way back in the early 1960s, and they were trapped in some sort of gravity well around an asteroid. And the only way to escape it is to achieve a certain velocity to escape the gravity of this particular asteroid. The asteroid was a paper mache ball that was being spun around as fast as humanly possible and occasionally you saw the finger twirling the fucking asteroid on the screen. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking ILM at its best. I'm like, holy shit. I goddamn, unfucking believable. What is that? It was the most boring show ever. Star Trek is the most boring show ever. Next time,
Richard,
nice.
you're crackling. You're still crackling, Rich.
That's
I
fucked
don't know
up.
why. I don't
I
know why.
believe that shit. Give me a sec.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
leave the room and come back in.
All right.
I don't think it's StreamYard. It sounds like a
It's
connection.
kind of like this. You might say Star Trek was boring, but every person who ever starred on the crew of that ship became famous, like famous. Even Chekhov. You know, it's like
It was only on for 2 seasons.
and the doc's been on forever, and I couldn't tell you the name of but 2 of the doctors. Maybe.
Well,
I know
regardless.
every captain that's been a captain on a Star Trek vessel that had a show. Every one of them. Really.
Good enough.
All right. All right,
That
talk
was
to me.
better.
Better?
Oh, much better. Much
All right,
better.
good.
Oh, well,
Okay.
and then there's that.
No, there's that.
He saved that so when the connection was clear, we could all.
What? All right. Sorry. Jesus. Anyway.
And Doctor Who should be prescribed for putting you in a coma.
I mean, if you're on death row and you want an easy way out, just go watch Doctor Who. Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I never got that shit.
I never really, my dad really liked it, but I never really got into Battlestar Galactica very much. The only thing I liked was the robot. DB, want to dance, Buck.
That's
That
Buck
was a
Rogers.
That's
Battlestar
Buck
Galactica.
Rogers. That's Buck
That's Buck
Rogers.
fucking Rogers.
Yeah.
Beady, beady, beady,
No.
beady. You know who?
Mel
What's his
Blanc.
name?
Mel
Mel
Blanc.
Blanc. That's right. Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
one. He beady, 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 beady.
He would do it.
Suck my Buck.
The
Bug.
Battlestar Galactica, I never really got into because I never watched it. I guess
You're not missing
What-
much, really.
My dad,
I
just
liked
watched
it.
it all the time.
I liked it, but the reboot they did in what was that? 06, 05?
Yeah.
That was amazing. That
I
show
get
was
it, Kelly,
incredible.
especially when 3 other dicks are chiming in on my side. I know it's not fair. Manny, come on the panel and flick your hair for her.
No, man, of course, this is the middle of the night there. He's trying to go to sleep. Oh, me. Manny, have you run across our friend while she's down there visiting?
He looks across the room again. Whose basement is she in now? That's cool.
Carrie says, Manny, you can sleep after you come on panel and flick your hair. Rich, flick your hair for Carrie. There you go. Rich, I mean that's quite a mop you got going, bro.
I think that's who Tadpole's trying to assume the look. You know?
I don't know. Tadpole got a haircut.
Yeah, look like that.
Yeah,
Did he get a haircut?
he did a couple of weeks ago
I just-
because
I
he had gotten huge mushroom head.
haven't-
right. I gotta get some coffee. I'll be right back.
I haven't gotten a haircut in over a year now.
Yeah.
Throwing it all back out, George Carlin style.
You're going to have a license to get near my head with this. I don't mean a beautician license.
That George Carlin hair going for me with the pull it back with the big missing the whole top of my head's bald.
That's cool, though, because George was cool.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
I would really love to see what he would have to say about all the shit going on today.
He
That would've
called
been-
it all.
Fucking amazing.
Called all this shit back then. It's a big club and you ain't in it.
Yeah, well, I know that, but I mean, like, when COVID was going around, I would have loved to hear what he had to say about that shit.
I went back and watched all of his shows that I could find. Watched them all one after another. He pretty much covered it all, dude. He covered it all. What was going to happen? What was happening then? He'd be like,
My favorite thing that he does is the advertising lullaby. Service, selection, style, prestige.
holy crap, Kerry.
Yeah, I'm not even highlighting that comment. Yeah, I am. Hardly
Guys,
the same, is it?
Give me a
Oh,
minute.
all right. All these women in chat get moist for Manicore flicking his hair. I'm curious what magic he is using. I'm sure Carol slides right off her chair when he's on panel. Holy cow.
That's what I said. Holy wow. Kerry's on one today, guys.
You know, when I'm deciding.
You can pick anybody else you want.
All right, there we go. Damn, I lost my train of thought with that shit.
See what happens?
I'm old, people. I'm easy to derail.
Y'all got to take it easy on Docker. He won't be able to keep up. I'm just saying.
Shit, that's my problem, too.
I'm on a slow burn this morning. I slept in till 6, which is late for me. And all right, there you go, Rich.
Yep.
And what do you call it? All right, that's it. I cannot think. I cannot brain today. I has the dumb.
I get it between 4 and 6.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm on a slow burn this morning, so I got up, and when Tacey leaves in the morning, there's usually only one cup of coffee left in the pot because she's got a big travel mug. She loads it up, heads out the door. So the first thing I do is drink that cup and make a fresh pot.
Yeah.
I did that, but I forgot to click the brew button. And so I don't know if any of you guys have ever had caffeine withdrawal. Max, as much Coke as you drink, you got to know what caffeine withdrawal feels like. Bro, I was like, oh, God, my head, man. Let me go get some of this coffee I just brewed. I go in there, and the machine's just staring at me, and the little light is not on. And I was, no. So I push the button, and it starts brewing. But now I've got to wait another 10 minutes for it. Speaking of, Kerry, over in the UK, and Rich, you really can answer this. You know what an automatic drip machine is for coffee. All of my UK friends say, I'm going to make a coffee. And when I told them what a drip machine was, they had no idea what I was talking about. Do they not have those over there?
No, they do. It's just a different terminology. I just don't know what the word is.
Oh, well, they'll say, I'm going to put the kettle on, and it's an electric kettle, but it's literally just a kettle that heats up water.
Yeah, a lot of coffee here is instant. A lot of coffee here is instant coffee.
Yeah, so why? I mean, but what's the point of an electric kettle? Why not just get a regular kettle and put it on the stove? I don't get that.
It heats it up about 10 times faster.
No, it doesn't. A gas stove.
Oh yes, yes. No, it's not. No, it's
sure
not.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It's flame,
dude. This is like there's a electric heating, a watertight heating unit inside a kettle that's maybe about this big, and if you put this much water in it, it heats it up within less than a minute.
Okay, all right. I'll buy that. But at the same time, if I want hot tea, I just run hot water through the drip machine, and I've got hot water galore that keeps it hot, and I can have all the tea I want. It makes me afraid to go live on the canals if I think I won't have air conditioning and coffee. Well, you won't need air conditioning. No, you a liar. When I go to sleep, I want to be able to see my breath.
1 second, I got to talk to a student.
So I looked. out of
Yeah.
curiosity. And you can get an English style canal narrowboat here in the States. And they're not really that much more expensive than they are getting over there for a nice boat. But moving the damn thing
Yeah.
to where you want it, oh my God. Yeah, that's it would probably be cheaper to build one on the
Yeah.
marina than it would be to
Probably
move
would
one.
be. I was looking at like probably about 10 years ago when I was looking into buying a house. We were looking into manufactured housing and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, this is a great deal. This is all good to go. And then you realize that, oh well, you've got to buy the land.
Yep.
And then with the land, you've got to pay $50,000 for the electric company to come out and run the electric line. And then
Yep.
you got to pay another $20,000 for the sewer lines.
Yep.
And you got to do all this other bullshit. And there's no way to not do it because,
Yeah, there is.
well, if you live off grid,
Yeah, you can-
you're considered a bad person, and they will put you on a list.
You can dig your own well
Well, yeah, you could do that.
and just be close enough to a main line to run your electricity, and you're good. Put a septic tank in the back.
That was my plan: septic tank, electric well, and I was gonna get if I got enough space to where I could do like if I could find a piece of land that had like a river on it or something, just a little one.
Mhm.
I'd make hydroelectric power. I'd do all sorts of power.
Yeah.
That was
Paddle
just
wheels,
all.
baby. Paddle wheels.
Oh.
They're wonderful things.
Yep. That are all just. It'd all be set up with windmills and all this other shit, just to get as much power out of the natural order of things that I could, and live off of that.
Right.
But then again, you look at that, and those batteries not cheap.
No, they're not. They're not. I'm gonna see if this will come up real quick here.
Before
Where
it
is
comes up, what are you doing?
You'll see. Hold on.
All right.
There we go.
Becomes a delightful boat.
All right. Do the share screen thing. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Remind me to tell you the horror story about trying to get two monitors going. Whoops. Add to stream. Can you guys see this?
Yeah, there's plenty of boats like that here in the UK,
Oh, yeah.
especially on the River Trent. Yeah, right around that area.
Yeah, this is a narrowboat, and cruiser stern, trad stern, and semi-trad are the three basic styles. And there's layout and reverse layout. And this is the one I was looking at buying. Of course, it's long gone by now. Speed it up a little bit here. There we go. But once you buy a narrowboat, your cost of living becomes insanely cheap.
Well, yeah, the only thing you have to worry about is the generator, and that's pretty much it, really.
Your fuel,
You don't really have to worry about anything fuel.
every few years you have to get the hull reblacked. And
Well, you also
pay
have
for
to.
your-
You can't stay in one spot all the damn time. You have to move it somewhere.
Well, it depends on the license you buy from the CRT. So there's continuous
Yeah.
cruising, there's
Mhm.
semi-continuous, and then there's marina, where you just home port from somewhere, which is probably what I would do, so I could be near Wi-Fi hookup and everything.
Mhm.
But your cost of
That's
living is ridiculously low.
That's a gorgeous cabin. It really is.
Beautiful, beautiful boat too.
Yeah.
My retirement plan is
So
to
this
buy.
is reverse layout. Normally, when you come in through the stern, you come into the bedroom,
Yeah.
but that's where you enter. And I don't want people walking through my bedroom to come see me.
Hell
So,
no.
plus, right there, coffee maker's sitting there. While I'm cruising, I can just reach down and grab some coffee.
Yeah, my plan was to get a Class A RV and just drive around the country to where, like, if it gets hot somewhere or too cold somewhere,
Just
just roll
move.
out to the next place.
Yep, move, go somewhere else. It's like my friends that live up in like Minnesota and Wisconsin. They're like, it's freezing. Well, leave,
Exactly.
leave. It's warm down here. Come on.
Out of there.
The only thing I would change is I need at least a semi full size refrigerator. You know.
I do appreciate the walk through the boat, but I got to go get ready for a show. So
All right, go.
I go get ready for 1, 2,
All right.
3, 4 shows. So I will talk to you guys later. Always good
All
seeing
right.
you. Rich, I'll see you about 3.
All right,
You'll see
buddy.
me about 3.
See ya.
All right.
I mean, this boat is brand new, or was brand new when they were showing
And it's
it.
still got the plastic on the stuff.
Yeah, that converts into a double berth
Yep.
/ dining area, and that's kind of where I think I would sit and work to do my art. But you know, the key word is narrow boat. So, like, if I'm sitting on that couch, I can put my feet on that other wall. Then this is a guest berth.
Mm-hmm. This is the most exciting thing I've ever seen in my life.
I love this. What are you
Wow.
talking about?
Hmm.
Central heat is by the Webasto radiators.
God.
There's the head. Macerated pump out loo.
Mm-hmm. Where do you get your water from for showering?
You have a carry tank that's about 700 liters, or
Okay,
you can
gotcha.
hook up to, if you're in a marina, you can hook up.
All right, cool.
You stick a hose in the water of the river and let buoyancy do its thing.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't know is there's literally water pumps. There's a main water pump and there's a water pump for the shower that you have to turn on. Then there's the master bedroom. And think about it, man. You wake up, you chill, you go grab your coffee, and then you go out on the front, the foredeck there, the forecastle, and just sit and enjoy your coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, canal life is 3 miles an hour. You don't have to be the greatest mariner in the world.
I don't know, man. I'd want to like trail the rivers and plunder everything and just go from town to town, taking everything and just running away. Because I'm a pirate.
It's such a peaceful life too, man. Seriously, if you ever watch one of the channels that the continuous streamers do, they call them there's a big community. They call themselves boat tubers. So they're YouTubers that live on the canals. It's a great life, man. It's peaceful. It's quiet. They avoid civilization at all costs.
Can't blame them.
No,
Yeah, I can't blame him either.
what a great way to live. Look at that, man.
It's like I was thinking moving in the middle of fucking nowhere Kansas or something. Just to be far away from people.
Uh-huh.
And they got some
Humans
cheap,
are all
nice
right.
houses out there.
Yes, they do.
You put your solar panels on the roof. Oh, Baumgartner Restoration just added a new video. I have to watch that later.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
Man,
seen
and
that?
I thought fishing shows were exciting.
Oh, God. So I had to take
Yes.
about 3 days off from doing any drawing because repetitive motion injury, blah, 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 to my right arm. My wrist
All
was
that
swollen.
masturbating.
My elbow was swollen,
Uh-huh.
painful. Back to normal now. So going to be drawing my ass off today. But let me tell you guys, man, I thought, oh man, I'm gonna go back to having 2 monitors now because we got a huge widescreen in the living room now. So there's a there's a small widescreen TV, and I bought the connector for it to hook it up and use it in here as a monitor. Yeah, no, I don't have on this new computer. I don't have the proper connection to hook it up. So imagine my joy at moving everything around, buying the connector
Your
cord.
computer thing doesn't have an HDMI
No,
or the
computer
display
doesn't
port.
It does not have an HDMI. I thought you plug the HDMI into the television and the USB into the computer. No, other way around.
No.
HDMI into the computer, USB into the TV. Well, no, I don't have the HDMI on the freaking computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the connection called that's like where you used to plug your monitors in with the pins and you screw it into the back?
VGA or
Yeah.
DVGA,
Yeah, it's
VGA.
VGA. It's VGA.
DVI.
Yeah, I have that, so I'm going to get one of those hookups.
It's DVDA.
Yeah, you, DVGA.
DVDA.
You can get the DVI to HDMI cables because I used to use one.
I like the DVDA cables. You know, those are really
So-
good.
The only thing you'll realize when you're using your TV is if it doesn't have 1-to-1 pixel ratios, then you're gonna be missing a small smidge around your edge of your computer.
I don't care.
It's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to click that start button.
Well, no, you put all that on the other monitor.
Oh yeah,
Just use the
But I'm just saying.
what I used to do when I had 2 monitors before Lightning destroyed my nice setup. One monitor had all the control functions, and the other one was just for viewing or working. You know,
I remember the lightning storm when I lived in Manhattan, Kansas. We had a big thunderstorm and lightning struck right above my house and blew up my TV.
Yep.
And I was like, all right. So I called my renter's insurance and I was like, hey, lightning storm blew up my TV. Who would like to get a new one? And they're like, yeah, okay. No problem. $500 deductible.
Yeah.
I'm like, it don't even cost $500 for a new fucking TV.
right? Exactly.
Mhm.
And they'll tell you, oh well, that was an act of God. We don't cover that. Pretty sure God didn't smite my computer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he might have, but you know.
God was fussing that I was using a TV.
But 2 years ago, I was having all kinds of issues with my internet and cable, and
Mhm.
could not figure it out. So we called the cable company. Came out, the tech came out that day, which surprised me, and he saved my house because apparently squirrels had chewed through the electrical, and the electric was grounding through my cable. And when he
shit.
showed up, it was smoking. It was about to burst into flames. It would have killed us. It would have burned the house down. So, you know, we called the electric company. They came and reran the line, and cable reran theirs, and everything's groovy. But you better believe I check that shit every time I cut grass now.
Is there smoke coming from the pole?
All right, guys, I'm going to end this because now
Why?
I'm
That boat segment was so thrilling.
Rich. I'm
Yes.
going to need you to pick one and suck it, baby.
Oh, just show me which one. I'll just don't even pick for me. Pick.
All
for
right,
me.
wait. Quick. Right or left hangs lower? Right.
Right.
What are you
Rich
talking
doesn't
about?
have testicles, so he doesn't know. Okay.
I have more than a half fucking testicle.
I think
At
it-
least-
I think it
At
might
least
depend-
3/4 of one.
It might
Coming from
depend
the
on
guy
if
whose
you're
head
right or
looks like
left-handed.
one. I don't want to hear your shit.
Well, actually, yours looks more like one. With
Oh,
that.
mine looks like a
Pubic hair.
caveman's testicle. This is pubic
It's-
hair on a big.
yeah,
This is
Bigfoot's
this is what
testicle.
happens. This is no. This is what happens when you spray Rogaine on the testicle. This is what happens. This is what fucking happens. Just this crazy ass shit. It becomes buried. I look like a 70s porn testicle where you can't see whatever the fuck it is because there's so much hair there. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Hey, I've seen things, man. I've seen it.